Geometry Survivor is a roguelite survival single-stick shooter game where you fight waves of enemies and ultimately need to survive for 20 minutes to win. To do this, you unlock temporary upgrades during each run, or permanent buffs or new ships that change the way the game feels and plays. I know single-stick shooter is an odd genre for me to be calling this, but it's also classified as a survival game, and this is my first game in that genre. Rather than fly around and actively aim and try to destroy all the enemies around you, all you need to do is manage where you are and avoid the enemies at all costs. All weapons and upgrades you get will automatically fire by themselves on short cooldowns, leaving you to just run and avoid getting hit while collecting coins and XP to level up and upgrade. Each level you gain, you get to choose one weapon or upgrade from 3 random choices, and then you're right back into the action fighting for survival. These weapons vary from things like rotating lasers, force fields that slow down enemies, projectiles that spiral out leaving destructive trails, boomerangs, and even black holes that pull enemies in before destroying them. Most of these feel unique and don't need any kind of interaction from you. There are a couple upgrades that do benefit from your control, like a beam that fires out in front of your ship, so spinning in circles while it's firing destroys everything near you, or a force field that destroys everything it touches, so flying close to enemies at that point is your best bet. As you survive longer, more enemies will appear on screen at one time, and their patterns get more chaotic, making it harder and harder to stay alive. You can purchase permanent upgrades like more hearts to give you a few hits each run without dying, as well as increased speed, larger blast radius, increased invulnerability, and things like that. Each trophy is tied to staying alive 1 minute longer, so once you stay alive all 20 minutes, the game is over and you've got the platinum. My first time booting up the game, I was able to survive for 12 minutes, and I was able to get the platinum on my 4th or 5th run. A lot of this will come down to luck and a little bit of your skill. Like in other roguelites, the random nature of upgrades can make it easier or harder. I found a few upgrades that essentially made me unkillable, and that made beating the game really easy. If you're curious, I used the quad laser, blast shield, black hole, fat beam, and supercharge. The blast shield gives you a rechargeable shield while it has a long cooldown. That extra hit comes in handy a lot of times. The quad laser, especially after upgrading it a few times, is so long that it destroys so many things around you. Same thing goes with the supercharge and black hole. The fat beam is insanely powerful as long as you spin when it's active, making the run a real breeze. All in all, it took me about 40 minutes to get the platinum, and it was a fun experience. While there are other types of ships to buy and the permanent upgrades, there isn't a whole lot to bring you back to keep playing unless this is really what you enjoy doing. There are no different modes or different levels or enemy types, you just have the same 20 minutes to survive each time. For a fairly inexpensive game, it's something that can be beaten and finished pretty quickly. Again, that depends on your luck and skill, but I do think it's something worth checking out if you're a fan of this genre. It has made me curious to see what other Survivor games are like, so if you know of any that I should definitely check out, let me know in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, happy gaming.